Hey David, this is Donnie. This tutorial that I'm going to give you here is about adding pages to your site and some things that you need to know about that. What I mean, we've obviously done a tutorial on how to add blog post, and the terminology is post or have to do with your blog. Pages have to do with things such as this attorney profile page here, estate planning, probate, etc., etc. Even the contact page is a page on your website. The blog, in a sense, the blog is a page, but on the blog page is where all the blog posts are found. So if that makes any sense or not. Um, Let me go to the dashboard. I'll show you. You have over here the blog post, and this is from the other tutorials you already seen. You can go here to your post, and there's all of the different blog posts that are updated. Now, the good thing is since you've kind of gotten familiar with how to do blog post, blog pages will look very similar. So down here below media, below links, you'll have pages and you'll add new. Now I'm just going to click on pages here. Clicked on that, and that's what brings up all these pages. As you can see here, you've got your blog as a page, a contact as a page, and the other pages that you'll see here. Excuse me. And just because a page is visible here, like with these pages, doesn't mean that's the only pages on your site. Your site currently has 15 pages, counting the About page. There's this Contact Success page. If I was to click on that, you can kind of see we could even go over here and view the page. I like to view it in new page so I can stay where I'm at. Don't lose that. And so when this comes up, you can kind of say, oh yeah, I forgot this page up. Sometimes you'll set pages up that you won't use them anymore. If you wanted to set up a page about ACU, you could have a Meredith-Law.com/ACU. If you wanted to publicize an event going on and you want to put ACU up there, that's up to you. You can do those kind of things. So this is what this is, just so you know, this contact success. If they fill out a contact form, after they hit submit on the contact form, they're brought to this page that says, I'll review your message as soon as possible, David Meredith. If you ever think, I'd really like to have more information there, like my phone number, or find me on Facebook if you ever decide to go that route, etc., then you can go in and edit that particular page right here and put new information. So that's what this is talking about when we're talking about pages. So you have 15 active pages. Again, some of them are more notable than others. Before I get into some things about pages, let me first stop here and tell you a little bit on the theme that you've got. There's if you go to add a new page, let's just say I'm going to do one here. Let's just call it test. And one thing you want to know is, let's say I want to do test page. I'm going to show you what happens if I do test page, and I put a space there, and I do test space page. Then I click down here. See this permalink that shows up. HTML website language does not like spaces. So what it'll do is, if it finds a space there, it will automatically insert, as you'll see here, a dash. Now you can come back in and change that, but what you could do is, I'm going to go over and move that to the trash, and let's do a new one, and we'll say, now let's say for instance you wanted to have a page called Meredith-Law.com/ACU events. So you would say ACU events, all one word. Then when you tab down and it tests the permalink in, see how it automatically establishes that is that. I wouldn't think you would necessarily want to have some kind of flyer that says go to Meredith-Law.com/ACU-events. Doesn't seem to flow. So by keeping the space off of there, it automatically inserts this permalink as all one word. Now, obviously, you would come back in then later and edit that, take out that, and you save this, and voila, you've got permalink now set. There you go, permalink. See, now we have to edit this and It's kind of complicated. So it's just best if you do it right the first time. But then now you can see the preview page here, and I guess it's not going to show it up here, but that would be ACU events, and that's what the page would look like. So anyway, that's just a little tip for you, that if you're going to have a 2-word thing, make sure you put no space in it when you first do it, save it as a draft, and then go back in and edit the title appropriately. In fact, you could even say, that's really what you're going to do, because I'm going to move this to trash, by the way, in case you ever do want to have one called ACU Advance. The other thing I want to do is go into the trash and remove those completely. And just doing that. That way, if you ever decide to do those, we're deleting them permanently. Okay. One thing that we did on your site, notice that the pages have titles to them, about, assets, protection, etc. But on each page, we chose to take that title off. Sometimes you'll see it right here on some websites, but on your particular page, I believe we took it off. Nope, actually it is there. There it is right there. So that's good. So anyway, just wanted you to see kind of how that works. The other thing I want to show you regarding your pages is, let's say you added a new page. Let's say you wanted to get into corporate law. So I wanted to say meredith-law.com/corporate law. So I can do corporate, and this is not case, at this point it's not case sensitive, so corporate law, you can see that it's saved there. If I said let's publish this, okay, there we go, publish it, wheels running. Now if I think, okay, great, I've published it, I'm going to go back in and edit this so it has a nice pretty all caps, our title case, and it's updated. Now it's great. So now I think, well, I should be able to go back here to my site and refresh it and be able to see it up here on the navigation. But I've refreshed it, and why is it not showing up? Well, here's the little trick. This page is not set up to automatically put every page that you create up here on the navigation. What you have to do is go over to this part of the dashboard, and under settings, you'll click that. Right here are all the different pages that are listed, and you want to select the ones that you would like to include in the header menus or the navigation. So we've got attorney profile, blog content, estate planning, probate, small business. That's all those right here. But if we wanted to add one that says corporate law, now there's going to be something that's going to happen when we do this, but I'm going to show you what happens. Now that I've checked that, I can put save options. Once I know, okay, the theme has been saved. Now I'm going to refresh. Uh-oh, that's a problem. Here's the deal. Corporate law has now inserted itself here, and it's also pushed more things down there. So that's something you're going to have to think about in the future is, okay, I want to add new things and have new menu items. This is maybe where we have to add them either under submenus, or we have to shorten some things. For instance, small business and nonprofit organizations, does that need to shorten to small business and nonprofits instead of having the long word organizations? To do that, you would have to simply go in there and change the titles. So I would go to this small business and nonprofit organization, and I'll put this all back. So I'm going to change that to say nonprofits now. Now if I save that, go back to my site and refresh and see if that now pulls contact up over here. And it does, because I've shortened it. So that's one thing you could do. Now, here's the other thing. You have the attorney profile, your corporate law, estate planning, probate, nonprofit, etc. And you may be thinking, I don't want corporate law there. I want it over here at the end of my contact, or I want it in between these. This is the one downside I wish WordPress would fix, and I haven't seen anything yet to show us. There are some possibilities of some things that we could eventually get into that we're more comfortable with the way it's working, but right now it's not doing it that way. So here's the downside. what you have to do. Right now, we set up small business nonprofits to be, if you go over to this page, see this right here, this order? It's order number 4. Now, if it wasn't for this here, you would count. I think that home doesn't count, so I think home is like 0. Attorney profile was 1. Estate planning was 2. Probate was 3. And small business was 4. Let's just double check that. Let's go over to the probate page. We'll edit this. Yep. See, probate is number 3. So if I said I really want corporate law to be between these two, then what I need to do is go back and reorder these. So what do? I go to corporate law, and it becomes my new number 4. So I change it down here to number 4. I update it. And then I go back to my small business marketing, or small business and nonprofits, excuse me, and edit this here. I click it, either edit or I click the title of it. And I make that 5, and I update it. And you kind of have to go along the way. I have to make blog a different number, and just kind of have to keep adding. And that's, that's kind of frustrating, but that's the way it's set up right now. So you can kind of get the sense for what we're doing. Now, I'm going to update this and refresh this now. But the corporate kind of moved in position there. Okay, so that's really how we do those. So I'm going to stop there. And the next time we pick up, I'm going to show you how to actually edit a page, which is going to be very similar to what you did on the blog post. But we'll stop there for this tutorial.